Hello and welcome to Legacy, a broadcast for you and your family. We just pray that God will bless you, God will bless your family, your mother, father, brothers, sisters, uncles, aunts, whoever it might be, children, that God will give you a great blessing today. Now, those of you who are watching, who are not just listening, you can tell this is a little bit different setup. This is not David and Shirley Walker, obviously, and my wife is not here. But we're going to do something different today. We have a couple of our staff members, Daniel Knight and Jana Mendoza, and they're both here. And you never see or hear from them. They're always behind the scenes. In fact, Daniel, you're normally producing this broadcast. Is that right?
Normally behind the cameras.
And so today you're in front of it, and there's a reason for that. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be sharing with one another about how God has worked in our lives through going through the materials that we have called Praying for Your Family. As you may know, we've been working on these materials. The last couple of broadcasts have been about praying for your family, and we're going to today talk about that. But the materials have just now come into our office, and I am super excited about that. We have a book, a workbook, and a DVD, and to help you go through this study and really pray for your family. Learn how to pray effectively and biblically for your family. But because it's just gotten in, nobody else has really seen the material. We've just sent out a couple of hundred or so orders for it, but it's just brand new, hot off the press, just gone out. But you guys have been going through it with me for a few weeks now, and so I thought it'd be good if we talked about what it's meant to you so far, and as a staff, we've kind of sat around and we've listened to the DVD, we've gone through the workbook, and we've read the book and so forth. And let me just say a little bit about you, and then I'm going to bring you guys in. Jana, for you are just newly married. When did you get married?
Yes, I got married on August 12th.
August 12th.
3 months now.
All right, and so she is just newly married, newlywed, and we're just excited for you and glad that what God's going to do in your life and you're in Mike's life. So, and Daniel, you are single. But you are real close, is that right, to being married?
Yeah, I'm a little too close to the fire, but I'll be okay.
All right. Well, we want to talk about praying for your family, and I thought it'd be kind of interesting. Maybe people like me, I'm a grandparent, and I've got children and grandchildren, and people say, that's great for you, but what about me? I'm single, or I'm just a newlywed person. So I thought, first of all, we'd talk about why, from your perspective, and be honest, you can say, hey, that stuff's lousy. But be honest. From your perspective, what do you see this material doing for someone like you? Someone, Jana, someone who's just fairly newly wed. Does that matter or not matter, or just react to that?
I think it matters a lot. It's, I think it's so critical to start off on the right foot and to start off learning how to pray for your family, and God's put a burden on my heart for my family for the past couple of years, and just He's going to do something. But I think even with this material at this time in my life, it's just Him saying, I want you to pray, and I'm going to work through them, and I'm going to be faithful. But even as in my marriage, and we talked about the other day that my family's expanded now. There's more people to pray for, but just kind of the right, even praying for my husband and praying for our future children that we don't even have yet. I think it's so critical that to start now. Yeah. And
which was one of the principles that I shared in the book, that one of the things that Tex and I did was before Dave and Renee were ever born, we prayed for them and we dedicated them to the Lord even before their birth. And we've done the same thing for our grandchildren. And so that's really important. What about you? Okay, here you are, single, getting ready to be married.
Right.
Why is this important for you, praying for your family?
Well, ultimately, it just comes down to planning, because unless you're just one of those couples who know for sure they're never going to have children, when you get married, there's always a possibility of a family. And so for me, I can't wait to have a family. In fact, it's one thing Cindy and I have been talking about, and we kind of have planned out in a few years that we're going to have children. But the thing is, you really never know when that's going to happen, and you want it to be the right time, and you want to have the right frame of mind going into it whenever it happens. And something I heard is that you get good at what you practice. And one thing that we want to practice is caring for our family. And we are going to start doing that now, even before we have children.
That's great. Tell me, the book, and we've only gone through a few chapters so far as a staff. We've been kind of working our way through it each week. And by the way, that's what I hope a lot of people will do, is that they will take this material. They'll the workbook. There's 5 days in the workbook for each week, and that workbook goes parallel to the book. And so what you're studying in the scriptures is parallel to what I've written, and also what you see on the DVD. Out of everything so far, what has just kind of grabbed your heart in the materials that you've gone through thus far?
I think for me, just God just really making it clear that it's not anything you're going to do for your family. It's what I'm going to do for your family, and just talking about like the meeting place, and it's through prayer and it's through seeking God and getting close to God that something's going to happen, and healing can happen, and restoration, and all sorts of things. So I think, to me, that's just the biggest thing, is God says, draw close to me. It's not what you can do, it's what I can do. And so,
you said something, I want to kind of come back and give you a chance to respond to it. You said where healing can take place and restoration. It's sort of like you're anticipating there's going to be a need for healing. There's going to be a need for restoration. And I think, and respond to this, I think that sometimes we go into marriage and we go into human relationships thinking there's never a problem. But there's always a problem, and there's always conflict.